Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be removing my dip with peel base. In my last video where I created this Mardi Gras mani, I put the peel base on in the beginning and I kind of showed that. And then I mentioned that I'm going to do just a video on removing the peel base because I really hadn't worked with it in the past, only once before. So I'll put that video up in the card so you can see the application. And as you can see, I had two casualties. I actually had three. So I did my nails on Saturday, and then on Sunday, which was just one day later, I had this index finger and this thumb pop off. And then yesterday, which was Monday, I had this index finger pop off. And last night I had this index finger pop off. So I had redone this one and the thumb because it had been so soon. So I just re-dipped them. But I didn't end up redoing them because I knew I was taking them off tonight. So this is what I have right now. I don't know if I'll be able to get the ring finger off with the peel base because it is a water slide decal and all that's underneath it is my builder gel. So I don't have anything in between my nail and the builder gel besides the water slide. So I'm not sure if I want to like go in there and pry that off. But it's easy enough that I can just take a little bit of my gel remover that I use and put that over it and kind of rub it off or use a file to get that off. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to start with this hand and I'm going to try and get my thumb, middle finger, and pinky off. I can kind of feel a little bit of movement on both thumbs and this pinky, so I'm thinking that they should be pretty easy. The first step to doing this is taking a nail file and just breaking the seal on the side walls of the nails and on the top. And I'll probably go around the cuticle line as well. So I'm going to speed that up while I do that, and then we'll come back and do the rest. Okay, so the reason why you want to break that seal is so that you can break whatever you have on top of your nail and separate that from your enhancement or your natural nail. So like I said in the past and at the beginning of this video, I use builder gel underneath my dip so I don't dip over my natural nail. I recommend not using peel base if you're going to be dipping over your natural nails, only because you can damage your natural nail if you're like digging under to try and pop the dips off. If you use like full coverage tips or you put like a clear dip down and then you dip over that, that's probably best if you don't use builder gel, just so you protect your nails with something because you don't want to damage your natural nails. So whatever cuticle oil you have on hand, this was the closest to me. So I'm just going to put this generously on all of the fingers that I just broke the seal on. Okay. And then you just want to rub it in because the cuticle oil will penetrate underneath that broken seal and get into the layer in between your dip and your enhancement to kind of like lift up a little bit better. So I'm just doing that, making sure I put a generous amount of that over each nail that I just broke the seal on. And you can do this next step in a number of ways. You could take an Orangewood stick and use this flatter end of it to pry up the nail, or the dip, I should say. Or you can take something like this, which is, I got this in a set of two. It was this little scraper on one side and this like kind of sharper tool on the other side. This came with my regular metal cuticle pusher. So I think I'm going to use my Orangewood stick because this is quite sharp. I haven't really used this a lot. so I don't want to hurt myself or slip. So what you want to do is you want to try to get in between the dip and whatever enhancement you have on, and try to pry up the dip. And as you can see, I popped off one little section there. It might take a while to get it off, and you might have some residue here, as you can see. Ideally, it's supposed to come off in one foul swoop, so to speak, but sometimes it does take a little bit and it breaks off into pieces. These two and then the thumb that came off before this video just popped off. Like, I think this one, I was putting my hair up and it like got stuck and it just popped off. So it really depends on how often you use those fingers and what you use them for. And like if you do a lot of dishes or if your hands are always wet, because the water will dissolve peel base and break it down fast. So if you're like always in water with your hands, if you're, you know, washing your hands constantly, like I do, or doing dishes, things like that, it will come off a lot faster. Just gonna work on more of this. And the peel base I used, which I showed in my other video, is cndesignerdips peel base. I will post a link to that down below. I'm gonna just break the seal a little bit more over here. And if you get a little bit of the residue here, it's very easy to file off. So I had to do that on this nail, I believe. Okay, so I'm going to do with this, since it is giving me a little bit of a hard time, I'm going to put a little more cuticle oil right up on the seams here and just let it penetrate in. I'm going to move on to the middle finger. That is just a full gel nail I did, or a full glitter nail I did on this one. Nope, that popped right off and it just went right behind my table. So that was easy, and it popped off really clean. So now I'm gonna move over to my pinky. Oop, and that came off as well. Some people save their peelies after they pop them off. I'm not sure why. Maybe just to see like what manis they've done in the past or whatever. I really don't know. Or maybe they just find it satisfying. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to throw them away. But yeah, you can do whatever floats your boat. If you want to save them, you can save them. If you want to throw them away. I'm just kind of cleaning this nail up a little bit because I did have a little bit of the purple on there. And it's really nice because you can literally go from popping these off with just very little prep afterwards to doing a new mani. This did not affect my builder gel at all. As you can see, it's still intact on all my nails that have the dip removed. So I'm going to go in here and try to keep working on this thumb. Hopefully now with the, yep. So again, for whatever reason, this thumb isn't coming off in one piece, but that's okay. So this one looks like it might need a little more work in the filing department. I might have to use my remover that I use to just get this off. I'm not sure why it's not separating from my nail in this little corner here. Let me just try one more pass. If I break the seal here, a little more. Put a little more of this, very little bit, right here. And what I'm gonna do is after I get this off, I'm going to pop off my right hand and just speed that up for you guys. So you're not sitting here watching me do all 10 fingers. Well, actually, not 10, 8 fingers in real time. A little more just chipped off right there. Ooh, almost. Got it. Okay, I think I have pieces of the peel base, or pieces of the nail now like all over my floor. But that's okay. Just going and cleaning up. And the reason why I decided to start using peel base, at least this week, is because I have quite a bit of manis that I have to get done. I'm part of a color palette challenge on Instagram. Then I have to do some releases for some companies that I'm an ambassador for. So I just want to make sure that I'm able to get my dips off easy, and I don't have to worry about using my gel remover for every single manicure afterwards, because that does affect the builder gel. Okay, so this hand is all removed. I just went in and I removed the water decal. So this one is all done. I'm going to do the same thing on this hand. Like I said, just going through and breaking the seal. Do it a little bit faster so you're not sitting here while I do that in real time. Put the cuticle oil on and then start popping them off. So I was able to pop them all off of both hands. I just had very minimal filing I had to do around the edges. I do recommend cndesignerdips peel base. I'll link it down below for you guys so you can purchase it if you'd like. Here you go. This is what it looks like. I believe it's $10 on her Etsy shop. So like I mentioned, this was my second time using it, my first successful time using it, because when I used it 6 months ago, I could not pop them off. So I'm not sure if I just did something right or I didn't put enough on. And I actually had, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, 3 casualties. So it worked really well this time. Again, I'm not a professional. I only do this as a hobby. If you'd, like to use my suggestions, that's fine. There are plenty of other videos on YouTube that show you how to use peelbase, so you can definitely check those out as well. I know I watched a bunch of people do this before I started doing it myself. So I just wanted to say, if you have any comments, please leave them down below, any questions, and I'll answer them. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you'd like to be notified when I post more content, please hit that bell notification. Thanks so much for watching. Have a lovely day.